What's up, guys? I am like super hungry, man. I'm gonna give me like a sandwich or something. Y'all chill here for a minute. I'll be right back with something to snack on. I didn't have any breakfast today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we will be right back. I'll just draw my trade plan on the screen so I can see what I'm dealing with here. I do think we might get a... I really do feel like we might get a flush by the end of the day. I really do. It just feels it. All right, we'll be right back. It's feeling a little flushy, right? I think so. All right, I'll be right back. Oh shit. Market's selling off. What the hell? I knew I was right, waiting for something like that to happen. What's up, guys? All right. My intuition was right. My spidey senses were on point here. What's with the wee woo? What's going on? Who's doing what? We are ending all trade talks with Canada. Looking at dropping Iran sanctions, but not anymore. Didn't I feel that the market was going to be selling off? Look at that. I was right. I was right. I thought maybe avocado toast on a flatbread. Funny story about that. I was right waiting. This man's genius. I told you. I was right. So I'm going to do something really... so going forward, guys, we're going to take Fridays off for boot camps. I rethought the schedule in my head so that you guys don't have to be here on a Friday afternoon. Do not do boot camps Friday anymore, so people can have an early start to the weekend. I think that'll be better because honestly, it's like boot camp sometimes we keep you guys till like 5 or 6 p.m. I'd rather you guys spend more time with your families and stuff. So we're going to start doing Monday through Thursday only for boot camp. I figure you guys might like that better, right? And if you still want to do something, you can watch the video ahead of time. But if y'all think that's better, right, to take Fridays off? Yeah, so today off, right? I'm thinking that would be better for everybody because also all suggestions for me are I need to start taking some time off myself because I'm actually talking myself hoarse every day. So it's kind of like recommendation is for Matt to like stop talking so much every day. And I also need to be taking some time off because I'm doing 7:30 stream and boot camp ends at 5. So I'm literally talking for almost 10 hours straight every single day. A lot of people still work Friday and weekends too. Yeah. All of my doctor friends I've talked to about like everything is like, yeah, you can permanently damage your vocal cords. So it looks like Trump is saying some stuff about Canada. Trump's talking. We'll tell Canada it's tariff level in the next 7 days. We're ending all trade talks with Canada. He's like, he's so volatile, man. That's freaking crazy. So I did pretty good. I still made like 3K today. Not any trades, not any longs, nothing, just chilling. Was waiting all day today. We could feel a little fleshy flesh coming. It just felt like it. Looks Trump news catalyzed the selling. And that's it. They missed the entry level to buy. So right now, resilience just dumped way below 0 on NASDAQ. This is not a pivot to buy on the open. Not from here. For me, no, nothing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it flush even harder. If we can get something. This might be a green candle, then continue to sell. I don't think it dumps from here, but I wouldn't jump in from here too long. Res is greater than 0 and S&P barely. So I would say that inside of the open close is possible long pivoting. So maybe here I could possibly take something. But in all honesty, let's see if it can sell a little harder. I would love to see some A+ down here at the bottom. I waited all day for this, you guys. Y'all know it. And thank you, by the way, for coming in and making our stream 1,000 viewers again this morning. This is incredible to see 1,000 concurrent viewers. I really appreciate the support you guys have given us. It's just so crazy how quickly we've been growing. You know, IDOC and I thank you guys so much for everything. Or jump for 8. Yeah, probably. All right, let's see what's going on here. So on Rocketplace, we just released a MailChimp integration for those of you that are running your trading businesses through Rocketplace. If you guys have a Discord, you have a community, you have courses, you have anything, we have the ability to automate all your sales, automate all your roles and Discords through the bots that we have on our Rocketplace. We just released a MailChimp integration now where you can actually get your customer data from Stripe integrated into your sales data from the website and essentially set up mail campaigns from all of your customer activity. If you guys are interested in starting your businesses through our marketplace, it's basically like, you know, a competitor to WAP, except we don't take any money from your Discord sales. It's a free service. Now we have a lot of extra features. We're building out our marketplace even further before we really go on mass marketing it, but it's been live for a little bit over a year before we're trying to finalize and cap it up before I really push it out there. I'm gonna press WAP into the ground. Face on. Our marketplace is better. We have better features, and we don't nickel and dime people like they do. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna keep building integrations. So we have a MailChimp where you can actually send out emails to all your customers, welcome emails, things like that. Down. The refrigerator is empty. The fridge is full. Yeah. So she was trying to make bread, and apparently the yeast didn't rise, and they were joking on their stream to see if I would notice. But the yeast wouldn't rise, so instead she took the dough and just made this flat bread out of it, because I guess the yeast was dead. I don't know. But now I have a flatbread avocado toast. And to describe the texture of this flatbread, it tastes good. It tastes like bread. But it's kind of like, I told us, like, if you eat a tortilla and you were to take like a whole pack of tortillas, like 10 tortillas at once, and bite into all of them, it kind of feels like eating that. It's like the world's thickest tortilla that I've ever had. Thank you for the giveaways. On Beep. Yeah, of course, man. Congrats for winning earlier today, by the way. Why are we dumping so much? Trump is talking about ending trade talks with Canada right now, and some Iran sanctions as well. Trump's just talking. He says Iran has to get back in the world order flow, or things will only get worse for them. Was looking at dropping their sanctions, but not anymore. Trump saying on Truth Social, we're ending all trade talks with Canada. We will tell Canada its tariff level in the next 7 days. I don't know what they did. He said, we've just informed that Canada, a very difficult country to trade with, including the fact they may have changed our farmers, charge as much as 400% tariffs for years on dairy products, has just announced they are putting a digital services tax on our US tech companies, which is direct and blatant attack on our country. They're obviously copying the EU, which has done the same thing and is currently under discussion with us also. Based on this egregious tax, we are hereby terminating all discussions on trade with Canada, effective immediately. We will let Canada know the tariff that they will be paying to do business with the United States of America within the next 7 days. Truth Social. I just don't understand, of all people to be bickering with, why Canada? Of all people. Canada's like our nice neighbors to the north. Like, who would ever have a problem with Canada? But looks like they're throwing extra taxes on us. I don't know, but Trump's standing tall. His own, we're not going to tolerate it. Oh, well, whatever. Market's just moving on that tariff news. I don't know if it's going to create any more downward pressure, maybe a green spike and then continue selling. Something like this has halted some of that selling. Maybe something like that. Then maybe something like that. I don't know. The last thing I want to do is trade this one now. I want us to sell really hard on its own without news effect, but it looks like the news effect is going to push it faster. Let's chill and wait on this. He's butthurt that you guys don't want to be the 51st state. Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'm like, of all people to like pick a bone with, like Canada. Canada's cool. Like, leave Canada alone. Probably so, yeah. He sound like Trump sometimes sounds like social media trading influencers, if you know what I mean. Don't get your way, then start a bunch of fucking drama online. Does that sound familiar? Sound like some... Does that sound familiar? Just start a bunch of noise online. Someone pisses you off just the right way. Go to social media. It works though. It gets people attention. Are we going back down to A+ setup? I hope we do. Let's double check down here. We do have S&P does have support over here to the right. Let me go ahead and sign here. Half cap support down in here. I'll go like just a little bit longer. Res is barely above 0 on the S&P. Starting to lose a little steam here. I'm going to say, as much as I want to buy this dip, every bone in my body is telling me not to do it. Like, do we support at this open here? For whatever reason, for some reason, I felt it all day that we'd be pulling back. I somehow feel like it's here, and then here, and then here, and then here with no bounce. I don't feel like we get it. And for whatever reason, I don't know why. I just feel like today's the day I don't want to buy the dip until it gets down into here. Ice Wild 62.8 long, is that what you're looking at? Right here at the open. Nice catch on that. Yeah, that's a good spot. We're somewhat like slightly above today's open. I'm not going to lie. I could think that we get that little retrace here, and we're back on path to do that. Maybe for shits and giggles, even though I don't have a short setup, if we went to here like that, I'd be willing to take a short just to bet on the trajectory. Tight R&R, a couple micros, which this is not really a strong short setup we have, but why not? Nah. Taco go long, LOL. Yeah, probably. Yeah, it does look like a great long, and I keep telling myself, am I going to get trapped again? Definitely looks like a great long. But right, we won't do boot camps on Fridays going forward. That way I can get a break and you guys can get a break. Start your weekends early. But the boot camp is 20 days, so it's like basically a month anyways. But usually we do the boot camp every 2 months, so we'll still have time to complete the boot camp for sure. It is Friday, yeah. How do I pay for the boot camp? Yeah, let me give you the link for it. Hold on. We have given away. Actually, this is the biggest boot camp turnout we've ever had, with the most giveaways. It's been insane. That's the link I just typed in chat for you. That way, because sometimes the classes can go longer, and normally we do the boot camp leading up into the overnight, where we can do the calculations for the overnight stuff. But since Friday has no trading day, and a lot of times people get off work early or they want to start their weekends, I don't want to keep people until 5 p.m. my time or 6 p.m. their time, when, you know, you should go home and rest, take it easy for the weekend. Some people like to start their weekends early. Some people have every other Friday off of work and things like that. I'd hate to interrupt somebody's off time with the boot camp, and that'll give you the break that I need to as well. I need a day off. Been trading for a long time. First time I have opportunity to take payout, but the problem is it's 50K MFFU and only up $120, but that leaves a small drawdown. Your first time you have opportunity to take a payout. Okay. So your goal, your question is, do you want to hold on to try to make more or take your payout now? Is that your question? Yeah, Fridays off is a good idea. I think it's a good balance for everybody. I got to stop. Dude, I'm going to start permanently damaging my vocal cords if I keep talking all day long every day. Dude, our afternoon stream is getting crazy too. We're almost getting, in the mornings we get 1,000 viewers every morning. Now we're getting close to 600-700 viewers in the afternoon. I had good intuition today, right? Thinking the market's going to sell off. I was talking about my funded TV all day that I didn't think the market was going to, I had the sense that it was going to pull back. It just felt that way. The structure felt that way. VIX was slowly trading up. That was also part of it. We watched that all day today, didn't we? First thing I said this morning was VIX was trading up. It's a little suspect. Let's not push you hard on it. You're not sure what to do? Well, Mike's is completely up to you. I can't tell you what to do because my goal is probably different than yours. My goal is I don't need the money to take a payout. So if I am building an account, I'm building an account. I don't need to make any money at all. And so if I'm up $1,000, $2,000, I don't take payout unless they force me or unless it's part of the goal. I'll just grow the account until it gets many, many, many times over drawdown so then I can start taking money out. On Tradeify, my goal is to go live, so I have to take a payout every time as fast as I can. But up to you, it depends on what your goal is, right? What is the VIX? VIX. The volatility index. Ba-bum-bum-bum. LOL, biblical. Do I need to meet up with a vocal coach? I probably should. And then I'll come back I'd learn how to sing as well. Like I'll come back with a beautiful singing voice. I need to drink more hot tea and warm stuff and water. VIX is absolutely a great tool, as Nas said, 100%. What is the bootcamp about? We teach you day trading and futures day trading from scratch. We teach you how to find pivots. We teach you how to identify the trend correctly, how to use confluence. We teach you position sizing, which is very important, risk management, position management, where to stop, how to set R&R, how to set up trade plans, and we teach you how to avoid market avoidance strategies as well. Trading around news, everything. Is it free? It's $1 a class. It's about as free as it can get. It's super cheap. And it's almost free. That's the link for it. 20 days, 20 bucks. Use a voice AI. I thought about using an overall AI. If I can replace me down here with AI version of me, oh my God, that'd be great. Like, what's up, Ty? Like, if I were to have AI Matt in the bottom of the screen, that I just program it to think like me and trade like me, then I wouldn't have to do this anymore. I could just supervise the AI bot. Views would plummet. That way you also get a young version of me. I will never age. I could hire other traders to trade. That'd be kind of true. I was talking about that today with iDoc about when we expand our show as we get bigger. I'd like to bring other traders on, especially in the afternoon. Like we can have other traders trading rocket scooter stuff. I could hire somebody. Bring on guests in the morning, hire people for a panel show, do bigger stuff. Maybe. Behind the curtain, like the Wizard of Oz, yeah. An anime cat girl version of that. Oh yeah, there's like cartoon. There'd be all like pandas and animals and stuff. AI animal faces. The anime cat girl. Yes. Where you going?
Down in Chinatown. You want some boba or anything?
Oh yeah. Where you going? Where are you going?
Well, to V's place first, but
I
then
mean, like
anywhere.
which area?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's in China, Bel Air.
So you're going to the main plaza area?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't care.
You don't care?
Some gong cha, whatever they got. I don't care.
Anything with no tea, right?
No caffeine today. Yeah.
Okay, so just do the milk and brown sugar. I'll send you
That sounds pretty dang good.
Whatever we end up doing, I'll let you know. Bye.
Yo, we should take your family to go to Mint Show.
Yeah, that's it.
Early tomorrow, like when they first open.
Okay, that sounds good.
See if they want to go.
It'll be fun.
Thank you for the flatbread.
Wait, did you eat it? No, you haven't.
I'm going to eat it in front of everybody, but I'm about to snack on it in a second. Right now, we're talking about we're watching Trump threaten Canada with tariffs.
Oh no!
New day, new shit. Here, come here. Bye, guys. Is Pickle staying here? Or is he going with you?
He's gonna stay here. I can't take him to the shops. But my mom really wanted
Boy,
him.
buddy. Bye, buddy.
Hi. Matt says hi, Chanzo.
He's actually very docile right now. He's not. Oh no, there he goes. Back to biting.
I find it funny that's how dogs kiss. Imagine instead of giving you kisses, I licked you instead.
Is that what they actually are doing?
Yeah, they're kissing you. Or they sense stress.
Am I stressed?
Yeah.
I made a lot of money. I ain't stressed today. I'm in a happy mood.
Oh, okay.
Is he kissing my elbow?
Oh, do you want me to bring you your vitamins? Gummies?
No, I'm all right.
Okay.
I'm all right.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, guys. I put my defenses up like
why does it feel so puffy? It's weird.
like a blowfish.
It's not satisfying.
That's right. I now have a defense mechanism. I've evolved to my higher form. Bye, guys. Taro. Yeah, there's so in Houston, they call it Chinatown, but it's like the Bel Air area. It is all just like you go over there, it's like you stepped into another country. It's literally so cool. The street signs are even written in Chinese or wherever you are in Korean. And it's like there's just a huge, like it's a whole nother city, and it's just like tens of thousands of just restaurants and shops and stores. And so in Houston, everyone calls it Chinatown, but it's it's everything. Vietnamese, they have Chinese, they got you name it. There's a Korean section, different. And it's just like you got 10,000 boba shops over there. It's so good. There's a place called Mint Show Ramen. I don't know if you guys ever had it. It's like Michelin star ramen. It's extremely good, but there's such a huge long line. I was about to take her mom over there. Her mom's in town in Vietnam, so we've been hanging out and taking her all over the place and having fun. Need to leave Canada alone, yeah. Michael's right. Yep. Need to also have them teacher mentor. Yeah. You'll take a buyout. How much to buy your stream, Tyler? I'll buy you out, and then you can be a rocket scooter streamer. How many millions of dollars do you want? Yeah. Mark was saying I was just trying to show your AI on its side that I'm supporting it, so that way it doesn't kill me in the future when it becomes sentient. That's right. We love our robots here. Yay. Did I get lipstick on my face? Oh yeah, I didn't even notice. Houston is really spread out. Is she Vietnamese? Yeah, she's Vietnamese. But the Bel Air area is so freaking cool. Let me see if I can find a map of it. Hold on. I'll show you guys how big it is. I just found a random thing on Google, and it's actually bigger than this, but they call it Houston Chinatown map. It's certainly a lot more than this, but it's like all of this area here. It's a whole section of Houston. Let me find a better map. I'll show you guys some cool stuff. Have you ever been there? Like you go there and it's just like, this is one of the plazas that we have. It's this huge shopping plaza and you can't even see like how big. Here, let me see if I can show you guys some pictures of it. This thing wraps around in a huge giant square. It takes up many city blocks. This is like the main plaza and they've just got just thousands of restaurants, shops. I mean, it's huge over there and they go there all the time. Should we bring it out? You can see, I'm trying to show you how big it is. Yeah, it's like this giant shopping mall, wraps all around. Everything you can think of. Every boba brand on the planet is there. There are like sometimes like 5 or 6 boba shops next to each other. You've been to Bel Air, Houston? Great food, dude. It's so good. And always rotating restaurants too. There's always something different, but it's all a lot of authentic stuff, a lot of chain stuff, and it just it goes on for block after block after block. But it's fun. It's fun just to go if you want to do something fun over the weekend. There's just shopping, entertainment. What's really big right now are like the rip-off claw machine game places. You guys know claw machines, right? So the new hot thing is claw machine stores, where you go in and there's just like 100 claw machines and you pay like $50 and you just keep winning prizes and winning prizes. And then you turn them in for a bigger prize and you keep doing that. But the claw machines are programmed with RNG. It's an absolute scam. So that the claw machine will grab the prize, like it'll grab something and it'll come up, but it will randomly open before it moves over. You can see it happening. And so I was bugging one of the shop owners. I was like, come on, you're scamming people. He's like, well, actually, there's RNG built into it. We can program 1 out of X times will win, like 1 out of 20 times will win. So when it's lifting up a prize, if you're 1 out of the 20 times it is holding a prize, it'll actually drop it in. So they're actually programmed to fail people. Sounds like a prop firm, doesn't it? But those are fun. We go sometimes. And they also have the games where you put the coins in. And the game is like a glass thing with a little tray that slides back and forth. And the coins land on it and the tray pushes it back and forth. And then it knocks the coins over the edge and then you win the prizes. We're like absolutely addicted to that game. Because the one that we went to stacks the quarters up in a giant like tower and it pushes the tower along. And it's so satisfying to knock like the 1,000 coins over the edge. You know, that was the stock market in general. Yeah, pretty much, right? Everybody's like, oh yeah, the Apex strategies, RNG programmed to make traders fail. But yeah, so we did that last time we went out there. It was really fun. I dropped $50 and bought a bunch of teddy bears, but the ones I got were like really tough, and so we gave him the pickle. It's like Macau, but in Houston. Yeah. So it's very cool area of town. You can count in arcades. Just pay attention how often someone grabs something and see how often it takes for someone to win. Most machines are set with RNG. Jan is saying correct. Yeah. They program the amount of winners they're allowed to have. From here, no, I'm waiting for a bigger drop to long off of. So here's a key point. You guys went through the resilience class yesterday. Look, this is why I'm not longing from here. Look, we tapped open the first time with the resilience being positive. We've tapped open the second time with the resilience less positive. You guys remember, everybody? Yes in chat. You guys remember from boot camp? There's fewer stocks supporting the open now. Resilience is lower on the second bounce, not as strong, right? So I wouldn't buy here. And even if I miss out on the rally, I don't care. We have more stocks have done this because of that. Therefore, the bounce is now weaker the second time. Even if it does rally, it hints at bull trap unless resilience gets better. So I know that I don't chase the long on the dip here. That's why I was waiting. As it was bouncing and bouncing and bouncing, resilience was actually getting slightly worse. So I'm like, okay, we moved, we fell back down to there. it's likely to keep selling. That's how we use res, right? You remember? Oh yeah. If res was higher, it would be better. Right. If resilience was higher, I would buy the dip. So now I'm sitting out. You guys nailed it, man. Y'all are so good at this. I love it, man. I love seeing you guys crush it. On point, guys. You nailed it. So gap fill looks like it's likely. Very, very likely, actually. JY, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Appreciate it, man. 10 of you now are members of the Rocket Scooter team. Rocket Cadets, get little green names next to yourself. Visionary Venture, Z23, Levi, Andrew, Mike, Isaac, Leon, Rowboat. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Gifted memberships. Now you get green chat and you get all the cool emojis. You open up super chat. You guys are made men and women now. Ayo. Thank you. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. I really appreciate that. Watch this. Watch the market just pick up some momentum and keep falling from here. Reading this market like a book. Here we go. Let's go double check some of the stocks. Which stocks are failing at half cap? Let's see how bad they are. Not that it's going to crash out, but no, it's not Nvidia. It's certainly Apple being one of them, yeah. It's got to be more stocks than just Apple. Amazon, okay. Microsoft, okay. Tesla, okay. So yeah, there's about 3 or 4 of the big tech pulling back. It doesn't mean it can't rally from here. It just means I don't trust it. The pivot is less strong. So the probability that it breaks higher than this is low. So even if it bounces from here, it shouldn't, this is now considered high. Unless this gets better, it's not going to break this. So we can say high, the high now is going to be right here at this level. Unless that number gets better. God, we're so good at this. We're so fucking good at this. Come on, sail off. Pull back. We're so fucking good at this. We're so fucking good at this. Fill that gap. Fill that gap. Fill that gap. Fill that gap. I told you guys resilience. This is what the boot camp taught you guys, isn't it? Isn't this what the boot camp taught you? Textbook, man. That was simple. Super easy. I'm still not even trading them. I'm not waiting this. I'm just reading the market, having fun reading it, having fun watching it. Where do you guys winning rates? Mine's about 75%, I'd say. Let me load that up and take a... Let me see if I can get the... Hold on one second. So just get word from my, I just got word back from my contacts over at Tradeify. They were having a website glitch whenever they were trying to do their, remember they were updating their website? And they basically they had some kind of glitch going on their website. And I just got word back from them that they had a website glitch. If you guys had any kind of effect, because people were reporting it to me, so I reached out to them. If you have any kind of issues since the Tradeify's dashboard update that they tried to do, and you have any kind of glitches, they'll work on getting you fixed up. Some people were saying they were buying accounts and it wasn't registering, and that it was taking a long time to get their accounts and things. So I asked them about it, and they said they were experiencing some glitch. That's why they had to roll back the website when they were doing the update. Daddy called it. Oh, dude, we called it. What did Resilience say? Okay, so let's repeat what it says, okay? Resilience is used as a tiebreaker here. If resilience, this is this number here, this is 0. If it's less than 0, we fill the gap. If it's greater than 0, we support here. It is a pivot off of this support level here, okay? When we bounced off of the open, and what it does is looking at the number of stocks and what they're doing, the market cap. Is the market cap fluxing through here, or is the market cap fluxing through here? It's looking at each individual stock's market cap and seeing what it's doing relative to its own zone. And when we fell to here, resilience was above 0. And when we bounced 1, 2, 3 times, it got worse and worse and worse. It means as the index was sitting flat, more and more and more stocks were actually filling their gap secretly and quietly. While the market was trading higher, resilience was going lower, which indicated to not trust this, and we fell and filled the gap. This is textbook resilience, you guys. And it's great when we had the class on it yesterday, because you get to see it when it happens live. It's so cool that the universe gave this to us today, because now you guys get to see it live, and it's kind of cool to watch it, right? And I even called it before it happened. Didn't get fooled right here to buy the dip. And I love being right. Pretty nice. Love it. Now the question is there a long pivot from here? Usually, but I'm going to wait for some A+ setups a little bit lower. I've been waiting all day to get this, but I don't know if I'm going to get it in the last hour and a half of the day. We teach a class about it in the boot camp yesterday, Kashan. If you want to learn it, you got to come to the boot camp that we teach. But yeah, I'm just reiterating what we taught last night in the class. We had a class on this very thing. Tradeify is not loading my journal. Why is it not loading up? Tradeify's website has been a little wonky since they did that release. Let me see if I can get it. There it is. Hold up. My win rate dropped a little bit. I've been winning. Well, I did have some losing days, so my win rate dropped just a teeny little bit. But it's still pretty good. It was at 73% last week, so I'm down to about 71%. It doesn't mean, it just means there was a bunch of trades. Like there were a bunch of days where I think like last week and this week, I remember there's a couple of days where I was like, maybe Tuesday or whatever day when I was long the market and I made 6,000. Then on my funded futures, I was down 1,000. They ended up down 3,000 or something at the end of the day. Let me see which day that was. I think it was this day over here. There was one day where I was fighting it a lot. My win rate over the 500 and 600 trades is still 70, almost 71%. That's on the low side, but of what I normally do, 70 to 80. But I think it was, Yeah, it was this day. This is the day that really sucked. I do remember this day because I made money out the door and then I took repeated longs and I ended up turning into a losing day that day. That's what it was. I did like so many trades that day, and that's probably why the average came down a little bit. I walked away with the red day too. Yeah, it was Tuesday, right? Yeah, you guys remember watching it on Tuesday? Oh, dude, I got hosed that day. Fucking bull market was perfect. Everything was fine. They just started selling and selling and selling. That brought my win rate down 2%. Screw that day. 70%. I want a refund. You guys are so funny. We just got a burst of followers here. I wonder where you guys came from. About 200 people just showed up. Wherever you came from, whoever stream you're watching, good to see you. Feel free to say hey to whoever rated us. Where'd you guys come from? Who streams in the afternoon? Brian streams in the afternoon. You guys all came from My Funded Futures? Came from a land down under? We come from a land down under. Is Brian on vacation? Ah. This is like Brian's hour. Yeah, he's usually streaming. Oh, he hasn't been streaming, yeah. Ew. I love Brian on the stream. Brian's cool. Did his Instagram said to come here? Well, I'll let you know we are out of baby oil. So if he promised you baby oil, we've run out. So the last group of people used it all. Good deal. Now the question is, will I get a good A+ setup to finish out the day? My A+ setups are all down here at hedge pressures. They're really far away. I don't even think we get close. I could possibly take a long here, but man, I'm just like nervous about it. Okay, platform, load up my data. What's going on here? The hell? When I load up NASDAQ, it's not loading up. Let me reset. Disconnected me from futures. Hold on, guys. Hold on, let me log back in. Hang tight. What the heck is this? All right, there we go. Had to lock back in. I can't see you guys. See what my password is. Duh. Okay. So I do have A+ set up all down at hedge pressure area. That's really far away. I don't think we fall another 100 points today. S&P does have support a little bit quicker. So anything down in here is good support. We're not that far below zero to think, but at least the S&P should be filling its gap in a little bit. I've got A+ all down in there. Dude, if we do fall the monthly hedge, oh my God. I'll make a 10 spot or 15 spot in the last hour of the freaking day. Let's go. I've been waiting all day for this bounce. I longed out the door today and then I went flat and I sat out. And boy, dude, that was the smartest decision I could think I made. Ooh, baby. Can you guys hit the like button real quick? I know I usually write something in chat for y'all to do that in the afternoons, but we've been getting crazy because our morning streams just started passing 1,000 concurrent viewers. And now we're getting 600-700 people in the afternoon stream. That's amazing. Smash that like really quick. You guys do me some favors here. Appreciate that. This is the gap. So basically, this is S&P's SPYs open today. SPYs closed yesterday. And the resilience number is a gap fill predictor. As soon as we fell down to here, you can see that we're predicting to fill the gap all the way down. And I'm still not going to long the open. NASDAQ is still taking another leg down. This is crazy good. I did want to see a dip. So we have a few promos coming out next week. Just FYI. I can't leak everything just yet, but I'm going to tell you guys something. 4th of July is going to be hot for some of our prop firm partners. I'm not going to tell you who, but I want you guys to stay here because I'll give you the scoop. I'll give you the scoop first before anyone else does. But I have a scoop of one prop firm that I know that doesn't normally do this, that will be doing a 90% off sale starting the 1st of July. 90% off. 90% off. I got a scoop. I'm not allowed to announce it yet on who it is, but I promise to let you guys know in secret a day early in the Discord. If you're in our Discord, I'll let you know, but you can't tell anybody. Don't ruin their marketing. I'll let you guys know secretly because I love you guys. But you can't tell anybody. Just go take benefit of it. But I got the scoop. I got a 90% off sale of somebody that doesn't usually do a 90% off sale. A big one. Now we're at yellow line, pulling back. Can't tell you who. Oh, but I'll tell you who it's not. It's not Apex. No. I'm gonna let you guys know it's not Apex. We have an affiliate code with Apex. We're not in with Apex. I have it there because you guys use it. I never really talk to anybody at Apex. They're like the ones that I don't really have a connection with. I don't really like promoting them. Not gonna lie. I'm not a big fan. They're a good prop firm, but I don't like trailing drawdown accounts, and that's all they got. That's why I'm not a big fan. I don't recommend trailing drawdown accounts to anybody. And that's not flop step. You guys are names. I can't tell you who it is. I can't tell you. Can't tell you who it is. I've got almost every marketing scoop. So, I know who's going to do what. I'm staring. I just got all my messages in. One of my teammates sends me all the messages directly from the prop firms. I've got a mix of 90% offs. I've got some really good 4th of July sales coming forward. So some cool stuff. And towards July the 1st, they'll start doing it. So I'll tell you guys on Monday. So y'all can prep and get ready for it. Ooh. 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 Mm. It hasn't been announced yet anywhere, so y'all won't be able to guess what it is. But I'll let y'all know. Futures desk is 60% off right now. Yeah, that's correct. Can I explain the margin buffer limit? Okay, so I'll do the 2-sentence explanation. Anytime there's a big buying pressure against the normal liquid market, everybody's buying, say that a news event happens, and everybody buys and pushes the market up like a huge news event. Because everybody's long and not a lot of people are shorting, then the market makers have to short to go with it. So just the flurry of bulls overwhelm the bears, and the people that have to sell the whole way up are market makers. So they're only sellers in town, right? So the market makers who are selling are going to have upside down positions in that futures contract as it's continuing to rally. They also will be hedging. I'm going to put plus H, some kind of hedge to neutralize their short exposure. But it doesn't mean that their short exposure still doesn't lose value, right? And at some point, when the contract loses a certain amount of value, there is some kind of mysterious volume that appears when a certain event creates a move of a certain distance, which our algorithm will tell you this distance, that creates this yellow line. This yellow line means there was a big rally from somewhere, and we could project how far that rally goes where it hits a really strong pivot, even at all-time highs. And that resistance pivot has a lot to do with the mechanics of the contracts being shorted or longed against a trend held by market makers. There's some kind of buffering that takes place at this level. Do you guys see exactly this high volume pivot at this limit? Strong resistance, strong volume, even on that exact tap. What we use it for is a pivot, a resistance pivot. So if I were longing the market, that's my exit target. If I'm shorting the market, that's my exit target. There's usually a fight there. Yeah. Rocket scooter, yeah. Rocket scooter, yeah. What the heck? Am I Tradebait just oh, weird. Oh, okay, now we're good, we're good. I was like, I saw it disappear for a second, then it came back. Okay, I thought it was crashing or something. I was like, wait, don't leave me. Could I buy the dip here with the micro or two? Resilience is not terrible. Just for funsies, let's grab a micro. Let's grab 3 micros. Let's risk losing a couple $100 just to be silly at the open. I just got 3 micros, dude. This is aiming a serious trade. Resilience is still negative. It doesn't mean the market's going to rally. Doesn't mean anything. I'm just betting on a B+ setup that at least we span through here. Like basically that we hold yellow, that we play through here, and maybe we continue to sell in the close. But I just put a couple micros on it. Why not? I'm going to play with like $300 up or down just to bet that yellow line holds. And again, this is not an A+ setup, you guys. This is not the A+ setup I wanted. I would love to smash the shit out of this long at the bottom down here. So right now I'm doing R&R on yellow line just that it holds. So I'm going to bet that we at least hold this area. And we'll see. The minute I touch it, it starts selling off. How lame is that? My 3 micros losing $100 already. Boo! Hang in there. There's no A+ setup. Yellow is a pivot. It's just not a long pivot. It's not a strong pivot, but we still use it as a pivot. Sometimes a bit of healthy gambling with pennies. Yeah, let me put some pennies on the table. The minute I touch it, it falls. On here. It's gonna say screw you to your micros. Usually, now with negative res just means that I'm looking for half cap as resistance. So even if it does bump, this is just to keep you guys entertained. I really shouldn't be doing anything, but there could be a bounce here. It's not an A+ setup, so don't even think that it is, guys. I'd love to get long all the way down in here. The reason I'm thinking about it is because it's likely not to crash beyond here. And then if it falls here, I'm going to tap it long in like my bigger positions, bigger accounts. I said I'd play with like $300 or $400 on this one. I'm up 3K today. Whatever. Delete this. Losing yellow, I should probably get out. But like I said, not a good play. $200. If it does return to there and hold, I'm good. That's all I wanted to see. That's why I just put micros on it. Let's see if we get back up to here and hold, then it should be okay. I want to see it at least close down in here. Not just fall straight down, but I do want to see it like... Again, resilience is not a direction picker. It's just a pivoting predictor at this half cap. So in reality, I'm betting that the market doesn't collapse. And even if it does, that's why I only put micros on it. That's why it's not a big bet. Anytime I'm like, let me flip a coin on this, micros are the way to go. So that selling is getting pretty gnarly today. All right, let me close out one of the micros. My coin flip didn't want to work today. The pressure's pretty gnarly there. That's why I only put like a couple bucks on it. 2 micros. Nah. 3 micros. Now I'm down to 1. Oh no, my 300 bucks. Be nice to get the A+ down there at the bottom though. Very close to MHP. Let me double check the hourly chart so I can see where those supports are, bigger supports. Come on, One Micro, do all that heavy lifting. Oh man, all day today I felt that this was going to happen today. Nice, waiting for that good old selling. My One Micro doing the Lord's work here. Yeah, if I hit the bottom, oh, that'd be great. That'd be even better. Be so much better. That's why I was like, let me just play with it with some micros. Holy shit, we might actually get even close to this. Fuck it, let's just close it out and let it fall. Whatever. Let's get ready for some minis then down at MHP. Whoop. Dude, we might actually get that's nice. We might actually get like a nice little bounce here off the bottom. That selling's pretty gnarly. I didn't get caught up in any of it, you guys. I didn't lose a freaking dime. That's the only losing trade I made. Like, my 3 micros were like, no thank you. That's hilarious. The micros are like, no spank you. All right, we got A+ coming right up at hedge pressure. Oh, I'll take it. In the meantime, while you guys got you here, make sure you pay attention to our Rocket Scooter code that we have with some of our platform partners. It gets you really, really, really good discounts. We have some of the best discounts in the trading game. Rocket Scooter code, the more you use it, the more giveaways we do give away. We give away about 100 accounts on the stream every single month. Now that we have 1,000 viewers, I promise you guys to give away a funded account every day, every time we have 1,000. So keep coming to the stream in the mornings and use our code. The more you do, the more we can go argue with them to give us more giveaway accounts. Do I want to long at hedge pressure? Monthly hedge pressure. Could I just, we are at 620 down to 599. That's the target. Let's double check S&P. It's close enough to put 1 on it. Let's try with 1. I'll double down. Like I said, I'm going to wait for the target, but let me just try to get in on it with 1. Let me be a little heavier. Down inside of here is the balance. I've got probably like 30, 40 points to play with down in here. There we go. Made my micro losses back. LOL. I just hitting it with 1 account, so nothing too crazy. Got in early on that just to average in. Let's go. Made my 3 micro losses back. I am waiting for like the highest support. I'm just getting on the undershoot just so I can average in case it does fall. It looked like it was stalling for a hot minute there. Let's go. Made back those micro losses. But here's what I want it to be. Like I saw it basically was stalling slightly above. I decided to get in on the undershoot just to get in a little early. Not bad for a quickie little scalp there to end up the day. Back up to yellow line. Res is still negative. Yellow line is the resistance here. We overshot a little bit. 700 bucks. One quickie pop. I'll take it. And I'm done. 700. Easy as that. Now, let's just walk away because yellow line is going to be resistance. And, of course, the box itself is also resistance. Pivots can always end. Market's random, dude. I was watching the tick chart. This is what I do. I watch tick charts. I jumped in early. The market sat there and stalled and stalled and stalled and was just kind of chilling for a minute. I decided to get in with one, and I was going to get in one more if it did tap my pivot. So I just watched it stall out on the selling. And usually you get, we're about 10 points away. NASDAQ, which is like, a smidge of points away on S&P, maybe 10 points lower. I don't know. This is just, it's hard to describe that one. It's just feel. I've got used to watching tick charts and noticing when the market's undershooting. This is like muscle memory at this point. So yeah, I tapped with micros, lost 300, tapped with minis, won whatever. Oh, let me show you the P&L for the day, guys. I never even took a picture and showed you all this. It's so funny that I forget to share my gains sometimes. And I've been like, let me show you guys, my bad. People are like, sometimes they'll troll you and be like, why aren't you showing your gains, bro? What are you hiding? You're hiding losses. I'm like, no, I just never really, I just sometimes forget because I'm a busy boy. It's my gains today. Boom, 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 boom. I never traded my funded futures live account and never got my A+ set up. But this is my funded next, and this is my Tradeify. So whatever that ended up being. So probably like 6-7 grand there, I think, total. I made that trade in a handful of those accounts. I'll make it one more time in a little bit. Whatever that ends being, like 15, 31, 36, 44. 74, 80. That's about 8,000 or 9,000 bucks. Not bad. Tick chart. Yeah. 25 tick chart. Yeah. 25 ticks is like the best one that I use. You can, like, I watch the tick chart build and I can just see when it's stalling. When tick chart's moving fast, it prints more candles. And then once it stops printing candles and just starts slowing down, i.e. when you see the time expansion at the bottom, watch. It's a very good trick. It helps you see when the pivots are done. So when the market's selling very quick and there's a lot of ticks between minutes, you see how the minute space gets bigger and bigger and then smaller and then smaller. Once the time starts compressing to a stable amount, the panic is over. The panic is a lot of flip-flop in a short amount of time. And so when the space between your minute gets bigger, it means a lot happened in that minute. When that space compresses really small, it's slowed down, and that's where I decided to get in. I've always used tick charts to kind of like monitor kind of the velocity of a move. And we'll see if it likes, so I'll show you some cool examples of it. It's just more like feeling out the market more than anything. There's not like a science to this. But you can see at the bottom, whenever the space between, and let me make it bigger. Again, this is a really cool trick, you guys. I mean, it helps me kind of feel out the market in case you get close to a pivot. Right? Do y'all see the axis here? It's like a consistent distance, and all of a sudden there's a space, and then it compresses, like the distance between minutes. Does everybody see what I'm showing you here? Right? The space is consistent. A tick chart is time independent, so it's the number of orders that make a candle, not the amount of time. So whenever you see a big space between the minutes, there's a lot of orders. So a tick chart is the number of orders in time. There's a lot of time between orders. Sorry, I keep saying that backwards. When the spaces are small, there's a lot of orders per time. I was completely saying that backwards earlier. Let me rephrase that. When there's a lot of space here, it's slowing down. Slow. When there's compressed, it's fast. So here the market is volatile and flip-flopping a lot because the market is finalizing the selling pressure and then sort of like consolidating. Your maximum volatility hits this little slow spot and stabilizes. Same thing here, right? The market's kind of like selling off, and then you have peak volatility when the spaces get big again. And then it tightens up a second time. On a tick chart, when you start to see a lot of volatility in a big space between times, that's usually the bottom of your wave. And what it is it's like in the amount of time, there's a lot more candles, a lot more ticks going up and down. Let's see, like a lot more candles. So every candle is 25 ticks. So whenever you have the biggest space, it's the more, I wouldn't say, I'm completely tired. I'm saying this backwards. 25 ticks is an order. So there are more orders in this minute than there were in this minute, in this minute. So it's like the maximum amount of volatility and orders at the same time. I think I said it right the first time, that I said it wrong the second time. My brain gets fried in the middle of the day. So what you start to notice is when there's a bigger space in the time, you will see that the volatility gets bigger and the market finally exhausts the move. It's usually your exhaustion point. So as we got bigger here and tightened back up right inside of here is when I decided to jump in on the long. That makes sense. Yeah, so what a tick chart does is it actually is a time independent chart. And on the time and sales, every line is considered one tick. So when I set this to 25, which is a great rule of thumb just to kind of zoom in on this kind of behavior, every 25 lines creates a candle. Doesn't matter time, nothing. Like on a candle chart, every minute is a packet of data. Here, every 25 lines make a candle. And so when there is a big space between 1 minute and the next, it means there were a lot of 25 lines inside of that minute. So that means like maximum speeding up or maximum selling pressure. So what I like to see is that I like to see the space or the amount of candles in between each minute get bigger and bigger and bigger and then start slowing down. That's when the panic slows down, and usually that's your next wave up. So I'm using it to watch the panic. The Zoom calls are actually live. Yeah. So tick charts I use to just get the feel of when the market's bottoming out. And it doesn't mean it's reversing, but you can see that usually you'll get that sort of slowdown on the sell-off whenever you see those big spaces. Here's an example here, right? Markets panic, 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 stabilize, tightens up. Panic, 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 stabilizes, tightens up, right? Panic, 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 stabilizes, tightens up. So I'm basically just monitoring how many orders are coming through. It's a way to watch order flow without buying like a book map or something. It's like poor man's order flow. Yeah. So it's like budget order flow for fucking cheapskates like me. And it's free on Thinkorswim. I'm watching the order flow by looking at the distance of the time. See here? Panic, 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 panic. Now it tightened up, right? We finally tapped hedge pressure. It's po man's order flow. Yeah, so it's the easiest way just to see. It's not just watching the candles, but actually watching the sheer amount of orders and volatility that are going into those candles. Yeah. HP tap. Yeah, actually, I probably would love to maybe grab that here in a second. You have MHP on S&P. Try one more. We try one more. Sure, why not? You can grab one in a second. We're really close to A plus on NASDAQ. Hedge pressure tap a second time. MHP upside down, maybe 40 points. Dude, I would love to tap hedge pressure. I could probably take it right now. Hedge pressure is bay. It is tight and consolidating. Hold on. Poor man's order flow. You guys like that? It's definitely stable here. Dude, I'll take MHP all day long. Let's tap it with one. Again, I'm just watching, and again, I'm watching the orders as they come through. I'm waiting to see kind of what it looks like before I kind of do anything crazy. So it's like not getting too crazy unstable here. It's not flip-flopping with a lot of stuff. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's stable. Maybe it's slowing down. To tap the one long at hedge pressure. A plus today. This is A. It's A plus setup. Fucking go. Let's fucking go. Bounce, baby. Let's go. Now again, A plus plus is like way down here. So I'd like to see, I would love to see MHP tap. That would be the incredible. I'll flip it in all my accounts at that point. I'm willing to hold through some drawdown here with one contract. I'm not too sad about it. Guess I just put one on it. Finally, some fun at the end of the day. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. How to identifying hedge pressure? Rocket Scooter algorithm calculates it. Don't sell. Is my trade winning? All right, let's go. Dirty hands. I washed my hands. Hedge pressure, monthly hedge pressure is calculated with the Rocket Scooter liquidity maps algorithm. It's like literally one of the best gamma exposure models in existence for retail. It's so fucking good. Like at calculating gamma exposure stuff. 80% of days will close above blue, 90% of days will close above orange. That's it. If I get A plus to finish out the day, oh, that'd be awesome. Oh, that'd be awesome. Did the universe just hand us money on a silver freaking platter, guys? Fingers are crossed. Fingers are crossed. It's not on the platform. It's a calculation I teach you how to do in the boot camp. It's not automated. The yellow one. This is the only manual one we have. God, you guys. Hey, friends, don't forget to click the like button on the stream. There's like 300, you know, there's like 700 people here today and 200 likes. And the more you guys click the like button, a trader gets his wings. Thank you again for the great week, my brother. Oh, yeah, man. Appreciate you, Kevin. Love you, brother. And you guys have an awesome weekend as well. Don't forget to sub to the channel, you guys, because we do massive amount of giveaways. If you guys follow me on YouTube, I give away about 50 to 70 accounts every day between all my shows that I do. My Funded Futures blesses people sometimes with 20 to 50 accounts, sometimes more. Even on their 1 hour segment, I do Lunch Money with Matt with My Funded TV. And on my segment, I do anywhere between 2 to 5 giveaways a day. Today, we gave away 12 boot camp classes. We're always doing giveaway stuff. Now, the trade's starting to move pretty quick. It's getting really nasty here. Picking up some speed, but hey, hedge pressure. I don't know if you guys are trading this right now. Are y'all trading? Tyler, we've been waiting all day for this, baby. We've been waiting all day. Friends, Do you guys have anybody here trading? Anybody do anything? Bro, fucking let's go. Hedge pressure for the win. 80% chance we hold above it. Let's go. Just one contract. I didn't get too crazy with it. I waited all day for A+ setup here. Let's get it. There's some spike, but man, it is trying to sell really hard. It's getting pretty gnarly here. Can we finish out the hour? Now we're at the 2 o'clock. So this is the 2 o'clock candle to finish out the last hour of the day. We can see that we're getting a lovely little bounce here. But boy, that volume, that velocity is starting to pick up pretty bad. Can hedge pressure hold? Can we get the 80%er? Ooh, I got Best Buy coming in next Thursday installing all my stuff. So I went and bought, let me show you guys the TV I bought. Hold on. Hold on. Let's see if I can't find it. I just got a dope ass TV. I got TV, I got a whole sound system, I got everything. So we're doing this project to build an entertainment center at the house. We got a TV, subwoofer, inline speakers, you know, all the whole thing, and we're getting a whole wall done. We're doing about a $70,000 remodel of the living room. So we're putting some money into this one for sure. Let me show you guys the TV I just bought. See if y'all like it. Hold up. What the hell is going on here? All right, internet's like. Okay, world's slowest website. I think this is the one I got. Tell me if you guys think about this one. No, wait, hold on. Let me look at the receipt of this. So we're gonna do like an interior wall remodel. We're getting like this custom paneling, fireplace, custom shelves, wall sconces, lighting, giant TV in the middle, surround sound, speakers in the ceilings, giant subwoofer, giant fire. It's gonna be like a freaking movie theater in my house. So I'm super pumped to get this done. They're coming next Tuesday to install it all. Hanging tight, 500 bucks. I do like that hedge pressure bounce. Resilience is still negative. Boy, oh boy, you guys, we're making that money today. Rockets in chat, rockets in chat. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's roll it. This is the second $700 scalp I made. All the way up to yellow would be probably the trade here. I'll close out right at yellow. Guys, this is a no-brainer in hedge pressure. Although I don't want to like nuke my consistency today. I really can't make more than about 1,800 in this account. I am at peak profit on this account. I want to keep it like under 2,000. A+, guys. Who is your first week in the boot camp or first week in the community? I'm gonna close out because I'm at peak profit here. I can't really make much more without screwing up the consistencies here. I took that in 3 of the accounts. And now I'm kind of rocking solid. I still didn't touch it in my funded. I actually wanted to grab it in my funded, but that's still at 0. I didn't take a picture of it, but here it is. This is the haul of the day. These are my 4 funded necks. These are my 5 tradeifys. Whatever that ends up being. I'm too lazy to add it up, but I'm going to do guess. What's that? 28, 38, 41, 51, 57, 63, 73, 80, 93. It's like 93, 9,500 bucks. It's almost a 10K day. Something like that. Maybe like 9 to 10K, somewhere in there. Good deal. 62% rule. Okay, so what a 62% rule means is that if you, for a trading day to count, your trading day must be at least 62% of your biggest day. So if your biggest day, your first day is 1,000, your next day needs to be greater than 620 to count, and greater than 620 to count. So you can't just make $1,000 and then flip the account $5, $5, $5 for it to count as trading days. So basically, it makes you be consistent. That's what it means. This is the scalp right here to next pivot. If that's it, that's it. If I was still in, I'd be out right there. That was textbook 40 points, 50 points, 1.25 to 1 trade setup NASDAQ. Easy as pie. That was super easy. 80% probability on that one. A trading day is only counted if you make profit equal to 62% of your maximum gain. So there's 2 ways around this. Number 1 is you trade the same size trade every time, same position size. Trade 1 to 2 contracts for the same amount. Try to make and lose the same amount every day. Second way is to scale up. Trade bigger as you do better. Scale up. If you happen to make a bigger profit, say that I accidentally make $2,000 when I need to make 620, then my next trade needs to be 1340 to count. Therefore, I just scale up. If I traded 2 contracts, then trade 3, then trade 4, just trade slightly bigger as the account gets bigger. 2 easy ways around it. Number 1, be consistent. Number 2, scale up. That's it. So it makes you have to have a bigger minimum profit for it to count as a day. So therefore, you can't just, it's to prevent you from going out there and YOLOing a huge profit and then scaling down to roll those 15 days forward to lock it in. Their consistency is different than Tradeify's, which is you have to make your biggest trade can't be more than 20% of your total. So Tradeify is, it has to be at most 20% of your total. Theirs is, it needs to be at least 62% of your biggest trade. So there are 2 different ways to do consistency. They both accomplish the same thing. They force you to be consistent and prevent you from making it all in one trade and then just flipping the account to take out the profit. Prevent you from YOLOing into a big profit. So they're basically the same, just 2 different ways to approach the same thing. They were talking about ETF. I'm sure. All right. How many people here? Did y'all take trades today? I mean, I waited all day for this A+ setup, especially you guys on my fund, and I told you guys I'd take it. Just curious. Not I'm telling you guys what to do, but how many people were trading this, and what did you guys do trade? Beautiful. And again, do you guys notice the no overshooting of the pivot that hard? It wasn't really that bad because VIX is below BBB, which we talk about all the time. The overshooting pivot's not necessarily expected. From our handouts from the boot camp, if you guys are trying to learn how to do what I do, we teach this amazing boot camp, and it's only $1 a class. You guys got to come to it. Let me show you guys the VIX thing. If you guys understand the pivoting conditionals. You have a whole, this is like class number 14 or 15 at the end, but I'll skip you guys ahead. When VIX is below BBB, you hit your pivots very sharp. When it's above, you stage around it. So we walked right to hedge pressure and pivoted because VIX is certainly below this key level. It will be this way for the rest of the month, you guys, and your pivots are going to be sharp. Short around noon. Oh, that's awesome too. Dang, you probably made out like a bandit there, shorting at noon. You guys killed it today. I'm super impressed. Our boot camp is here, guys. It's the best 20 bucks you'll spend on trading education by far. 20 bucks for a whole month. And it gives you access to the Discord too. But we do a daily class every single day, Monday through Thursday. We now canceled Friday boot camp so you guys can have the weekends off to hang out. 158K is my total. Oh, it should say Tradeify. I don't know why it says Tradeify. 158K Tradeify. Sorry, the words disappeared for some reason. Here it is. Whenever I relaunch the stream, it reuses the same title. That's how much I've made total in Tradeify. So I'm cataloging the entire gain that I've made with Tradeify since I started trading with them. Yeah. 4,000 lifetime. You know, you wonder why I'm rich? Oh, dude. No, when I built Rocket Scooter to sell lifetime, I spent $2 million cash to build this platform. I was rich before it. Don't even think like that. Cost me about $2 million to make this platform. Cash money. I didn't take no loans. But it did make me richer. You are right. 4,000 lifetime did make me 5 times richer. Yeah. It cost me $2 million. My partner's similar amount. Yeah. I have partners, shareholders in the company. But we all invested in building a platform. Very expensive piece of machinery. Many years of development. Tons and tons and tons of licenses and things we had to buy, data feeds and stuff. Cost a whole lot of money. I was rich before it, but yeah, thanks for saying that. What's the biggest cost in building it? Labor. We had 3 different programming teams in 3 different areas of the world. The biggest cost in building it was labor in the US. One of our major programming teams is a programming house in Wisconsin here in the United States. And they charge me $200 an hour per programmer. And they worked for years. Building the backend, building the black box, the liquidity map black box backend, and all the infrastructure. We invented a technique that does server-based calculations and then broadcast via WebSocket to the front end of the platform. So I invented a technology, not just the platform itself. What we do here, which is different than any other trading platform, is we take all of our data feeds, go into the backend, like we get our options data feed, options, stock, futures, everything go into the backend. The backend collects all the order flow data on a server. The server on each server computer, there's 5 different servers, 10 threads each, pulling this data and doing the calculation. I'm going to put a B for black box. The server will do the calculations and then send it to the database. And the database is there that whenever you guys at the platform level type like spy into your browser, and then you send that request to the database, it sends you back your liquidity map. So all you experience is just a printing UI that just prints outputs. Everything is done on the server side. So we invented this technology, server-based trading platform architecture for WebSocket-based indicator delivery is something I invented. So we created this whole thing from scratch, and it took a year plus just to develop this infrastructure. Those of you that have been here for long enough, you guys might remember we used to have a small app before we had a platform. We called it the Classic app. We had a little tiny app that we gave you guys that would print hedge pressure and print monthly hedge pressure. And even at the end of the Classic app, we had a little resilience chart on it. You guys remember our tiny Classic app? If you were here from back in the day, the Classic app was the first UI that talked to the database. And it was a very bare bones app that just basically was a tiny little applet like this big that just listed hedge pressure, monthly hedge pressure. It would just send it to you guys. So that was the prototype applet, and we actually had people subscribe to that applet for the first maybe year and a half before we built the platform. So it took about a year and a half to build and perfect this, and then we built the platform on top of that. But yeah, the biggest cost was US development, because one of our teams is in the US. The team that built that. Yeah. So how many programmers? That team had 4 people working on it for about a year and a half. And then we had to also integrate it with our side, our architecture side. So basically our team, we have a programming house in India that we acquired. That's also part of the expense, and they work for us now. So we basically bought a talent agency, or a staffing firm, basically. And so instead of owning a programming house, we own a staffing firm in India. So we can go find programmers if we need them. That was the smart thing to do. So I own the people that find the talent. So if I need 5 programmers, I tell them and we acquire them. They work for us. And our programmers that are in India, like Amjad and the others, they're actually world-class programmers. Amjad is the mastermind behind the Rocket Scooter platform. He's a fucking genius. Genius deluxe. No. I'm gonna explain something to you. Programmers in India are absolutely as good, if not better, than programmers in the United States. They do very well. But all our programmers are good. We only hire world-class people here, so Amjad is extremely gifted. He's been working with us for over 5 years now. 6 years, yeah. Yeah. You guys know Amjad, right? I mean, you guys pay attention to the Discord. He's there every once in a while. But Amjad is the head of development of Rocket Scooter. We currently have 20. We just hired somebody new. We have 23 employees now at the company, and a bunch of contractors for programming. But the back-end development stuff, because it's the reason why we didn't source that out of the country, just to be perfectly honest, is because it's an invention. For IP protection, we had to develop it here in the United States because the jurisdiction is here. You never want to send your proprietary IP, especially if you're inventing something, out of country, because you can't sue somebody if they steal it. So the proprietary stuff we had to pay to do in the States where there's jurisdiction. Everything from the platform to the data feed integrations to all of the front end stuff, including the website, the marketplace website, everything. This was Amjad and Deem's brainchilds. These two guys, Nadeem is the UX development lead, and Amjad is the overall head of development in general. Those two guys are by far gifted genius level. Let me show you what Nadeem made. Nadeem oversaw the entire project on the UI side of the marketplace. The marketplace is a thing of beauty. The look, the feel, the operation of this is by far like the handiwork of my team. And they built this all from scratch. We didn't take any templates, nothing. The UI, it's clean, it's nice. The sorting feature, the algorithmic features, it's really cool. All the different fun things you can do, the auto upgrading features, the automated roles in Discord, automatic Discord bot. Amjad wrote the bot that scrapes the CME website so that we can actually get the data from the CME website to calculate risk intervals. Very, very, very clean stuff. Yeah, these guys are good. That's why one of my partners and I decided to buy the staffing agency, not just the programmers. Because we were like, well, you guys know how to find the talent. You guys going to work for us now. And so anytime I need a programmer, I just make a phone call and then they grab a very talented person and interview them for me and make sure they're quality. And then Amjad signs off on basically the final step of the interview. Amjad will say yes or no. No, I don't want him to work for us. Or yes, we approve. So he's the final interviewer. Yeah, like companies took a lot of money to build Rocket Scooter. So you guys, like, I'm very proud of what we've built. And, you know, the partners, especially the people, the owners of the company, they're all very smart business owners. I mean, we're all very very good at this kind of stuff. And yep. Is there another short here? No. This was the end of the trading day. There's nothing else to take from this. You guys understand, right? We knew that there's a pivot to pivot trade from here. Everything else is just guessing from here. But at least I knew I had a strong pivot to take, right? That was really solid. Bum, bum, bum. You've worked with India and are good, and also Philippines you liked a lot. Yeah, I've had some. I had some of my marketing team from the Philippines. They were really good. But we had them for a while for marketing the marketplace until we pulled the plug, because the marketplace, we're not marketing it yet. Strategically, we're going to wait about a year and then start marketing the marketplace again, because we're still building out features of it. And I don't think it's ready for mass adoption yet. It needs a few more features that we need for vendors to really adopt it. We just built the MailChimp integration for you to interact with your customers, and the next, with basically sending mail campaigns and welcome emails. The next thing we're building is a one-on-one scheduling piece. And once we do that, we already have 3 really big influencers that are ready to get on board and start promoting the marketplace. And once we get those features, we're going to kick it off. So we got about maybe the rest of this year, and then we're going to promote the marketplace like crazy. Is it Pat? No, it's not Pat. Nope. You assume this is on machines in AWS or Azure. Some of our stuff is AWS. Some of our stuff is DigitalOcean. We have different things doing different things. Yeah. Our server costs are very expensive, by the way. Yeah. Moving away from Node and going to a lower level backend language would be more optimized, but at this point, the migration would be a large effort. It would be, yeah. I agree, Billy. Big effort to redo everything. You've done some backend stuff? Yeah, so when you hire a US programming house, yeah, they charge me $200 an hour. Their junior programmer and their senior programmers were the same price. There was no price deviation between the junior and senior, but they were also world class. They helped me invent that whole thing I was inventing. So, and now what we can do with our technology, which is very cool, is that when the marketplace does come out, Rocket Scooter will have its own Rocket language. So it's called coding language called Rocket Script. We invented a JavaScript, or created a JavaScript based trading language, very similar to what PineScript would be for TradingView. We have Rocket Script for Rocket Scooter. And so now what you guys will be able to do is create indicators and distribute them on our platform. But the difference between us and TradingView is your indicator that you create is actually created in server code. Rocket Script is server code based. And so inside of here, it stores the information on the server, and then your users that buy your indicator or use your indicator will get the indicator WebSocket connection to the platform, just like you get everything from here. If you guys didn't know this, every single thing that you see on this platform is not calculated in the platform. This and this and these and this is all streamed live to the platform, all calculated on the server. Now, what that means is the server load is higher, but the platform load is lower. It means we can have infinite complexity on indicators, and every user has the same user experience, only limited by their internet speed. So for a complex indicator, you don't need a fancy computer to get the best experience possible. Is it like TradingView? The difference is TradingView runs its indicator code on the browser side using JavaScript. So because of that, TradingView limits the number of outputs an indicator can have. And if you have too many outputs, it would slow the process down. So TradingView throttles what you can make such that the experience isn't diminished to the user side. You can't put a very complex tool in PineScript because the browser is doing the calculations. So what we decided was that if you were to sell an indicator, it's done on the server side. You basically type out the code, it's upgraded to the server. The server power is running the calc for everybody and then streaming it to your users if they buy the indicator or not. Two things. Number one is your indicator is locked in an encrypted black box that nobody has access to, so nobody can even hack into it to get your source code. A very talented hacker could go into TradingView and remove your IP from whatever encryption they do, or whatever like surface level encryption they do. I don't even know what they do, but somebody could, technically speaking, you're sending your code to everybody, even though it's encrypted. On our side, your code is sent to nobody. So it's now under lock and key. So it's a proprietary way to distribute proprietary software code by streaming the outputs only. You wouldn't call it a hacker. Probably an average person can do it. That's what you're saying. So the ultimate goal that we're going to build when we finally launch Marketplace for real, is we're going to have some kind of AI-based tool that's going to convert PineScript to RocketScript for you, so you can bring all of your TradingView indicators over here. Yeah. I swear, you see me everywhere. My stream, My Funded Futures, Brian, Matt's, even Sage's Discord. Wait, what are they saying about me in their Discords? All these places. I am. You see me everywhere. Sage, I haven't talked to that dude in forever. I knew him when he used to work for My Funded Futures. What are they up to over there? So you'll need to code them in RocketScript, but we're going to create this AI tool that's going to convert it for you and probably get most of it right. Can you execute trades from in the future? You can trade in our platform now. With just the live futures account only in CQG, you can actually trade futures in our platform. Like, I can trade right now into this account that's here if I wanted to. So live trading is already active in our platform. Oh, you're saying Tyler. Oh, okay. You're seeing Tyler everywhere. Is that what you're saying? I see Tyler everywhere now. Amidst Tyler's genius strategies to be everywhere all at once. Very smart. He's trying to be like some likable guy or something. He wants people to like be friends with him. Who does he think he is, trying to be some likable dude? What a horrible way to be. He should be some mean, drama-filled dude like all the other people. Stop trying to be likable, and because people are starting to like you, dude. Tyler's just a friend of ours. He's another streamer. He's a mod on this channel. He also just started streaming on YouTube. The boot camp's $20, the best $20 you ever spent. Well, that makes me happy to hear. When do I think backtesting we're all on the platform? We're building it right now. This year. The first thing that we're working on immediately right now is the conversion from equities to futures. This prototype should be in my hands by next week. Yeah. So to import the indicators, we don't have a way to do it yet, Orange. We're going to create that with the big rollout launch this, like, probably within 6 months to a year from now, when we have RocketScript, all the interface for people to come in and create indicators on our platform and all that other stuff. It'll be done next year at the latest. But yeah. Are US programmers worth the cost versus the language barrier issues? I would say a US programmer is absolutely worth the cost because of many other reasons, like liability, jurisdiction. You know, you can't really sue somebody in Ukraine that easily, or India that easily, if they steal your stuff or make bad stuff or hijack your code or whatever. You have to be very careful. Usually people are very honest if you get the right firms to work with to get programmers and such. But still, you know, if it's proprietary sensitive stuff, it's always best to keep it in-house where you have some kind of legal jurisdiction. It's my advice to you. But the quality is no different. I don't say that US programmers have ever like wowed me any more than the other programmers. I'd like to say the most intelligent programmers I've ever worked with worked on Rocket Scooter, and all of them were gifted. None of them were bad. The US house was amazing. One of the guys was a kid in his late 20s that helped me build the architecture. He's a fucking genius, dude. He was like extremely gifted. Very young guy, but like super genius level guy. And he taught me stuff about, I'm not that great of a programmer. I mean, I'm a good programmer, but I'm not at all close to being what I would consider I could do it for a living. I can code. I can write code. I can do that stuff. I'm not like, I would say on a scale of 0 to 10, I'm probably a 3 out of 10. Which means most people in the world would look at something I'm writing and go, dang, he's a good programmer. But then programmers look at it and go, yeah, he's an amateur. So I taught myself programming when I was 12. And I was in computer science, you know, all through high school and stuff. I learned how to code in C++ and Turbo Pascal and MATLAB in college. And I learned a little JavaScript, you know, just to get by. But you don't need to know how to code to run a technology company. You just hire the smart people to do it that know how to do it. Same, bro. Oh, yeah, like the same. Like everyone else goes, oh, Matt's so good, he's a programmer. I'm like, yeah, but don't tell any programmers that. They'll probably make fun of me. You know what I mean? Like, let's keep that on the down low. Yeah, I did actually code all of my indicators, hedge pressure, everything. I actually did write the code for all of that. And it's actually very sophisticated. And it's actually pretty good. But it's math language, right? It's not necessarily, you know, server language or anything like that. It's all math coding, which is easy to do if you're, you know, the syntax is simple. The math is hard, but coding it's easy. And I did write hedge pressure. I did write zones. I did write monthly hedge pressure. I did write resilience. I did all the coding for that myself. But everything else, I couldn't make a UI if you paid me to do it. But no, but if you are going to outsource your programming, just trust your source. Like whoever, you don't just Google somebody, you know, like try to get, you know, obviously when you hire anybody, always look for resumes, always look for portfolios, proof of the work. But going through a staffing agency is always really useful because they have history and the ability to interview and vet, you know, they'll do background checks, they'll do all of that stuff. And because their reputation's on the line, they're not going to supply you with like terrible programmers or criminals, right? If you go out and hire your own programmers, you're going to have to do your own background checks and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But now the quality in India, top tier, like it's the best programmers I've worked with. Yeah. And you have to, like, I think for UX, you have to have an artist mind. Now, Nadeem is an artist. He's definitely, he's got an eye for this kind of stuff. Nadeem is the one who built the user interface for Rocket Place and the looks and everything. I kind of consulted on the colors and the feel, but he also did the redesign of the platform. If you guys watch the earlier videos, the earlier design of the platform was a whole different color scheme, and Nadeem redid it to make it look super clean like this. Maybe so I can show you guys the original concept art that we put together. Dude, I have like all of this old stuff in here. Look at this. I used to have all kind of stuff, concept art. Look how crazy it used to be. When I was like brainstorming the logo, look at this lame ass logo we almost came up with. Look at this. The T and the O's make a scooter. Oh my God. Look how cute that is. I made like 9,500 today. You see like original concept art logo. Look how cute that is. Glad we didn't go with that, right? Yeah. We had a lot of concept stuff in here. Let me see if I can find some more. of the concept art that we had. Oh, check this out. My original mock-up I made of the platform, and this is my original look of the platform. It came out looking just like this, by the way. I made this myself in Excel, if you can tell. So when I dreamed up making the platform, I basically made Excel sheet of little 1x1 squares. And I actually painted this in Microsoft Excel. If you guys see it like this, I drew everything in Excel. The color scheme, and the old platform used to be exactly this color scheme, this lighter blue look. And we had the widgets off to the side and all the configurations of hedge pressure parameters and the watch list and everything. Scanner, trade planner, backtest, all of this down here. And then it actually almost looked exactly like this when we launched it, but then Nadeem came through and redid it to make it look ultra cool. Much cooler than my mock-up, and the color is better. Yeah, so I designed Rocket Scooter in Excel, drawing it square by square. No, I don't copy trade, no. And the name Rocket Scooter is a long story. I like to tell it. And ask me again on My Funded TV. It's a great story. It's a name we came up with because I was raging at my data providers. And when I was yelling about it, I used the word Rocket Scooter because essentially they sold us a data package that couldn't do what they said it was going to do, and they were in breach of their contract. And then I bought the cheaper package because it was technically supposed to work. The specs made it work. And then when it wasn't working, we found out that it was their fault, and they said it was our fault. And we went through a whole year of fighting with these guys. So finally it went all the way up to the CEO, and the CEO was like pulling in their head of all the executives, and they got with us, and threats of a lawsuit were being thrown out there. And the data providers were like, yeah, this is our fault. We finally looked at it. You guys are right. Amjad actually solved it. We were looking at all this data. We found out that our data providers weren't able to meet the quota they gave us of like how much data we could pull, etc. And, you know, and I did this to save a few bucks. I could have bought the more expensive data package, but I didn't because the specs said I could get the cheaper one. And so they actually changed their infrastructure because of the contract. So they wouldn't be in breach. We agreed not to sue them, and they agreed to change their infrastructure. And when my partners were like, why didn't you just switch and buy the bigger data package? And I'm like, that's not the, I was like, the principle of the matter is not that. They want to sell me a spaceship, but instead they were selling a scooter, and I could buy a scooter and put a freaking rocket engine on it and make my own spaceship. And I could, because if you give an engineer specs, they're going to design a spec, and it was technically supposed to work on paper. And it's their fault it didn't. And I actually saved half the rate on the data feeds by doing it this way and building into it. And so Rocket Scooter became a meme around my company before we had a name. That was like the spirit of what Matt does. He doesn't want to buy a spaceship. He'd rather build it with the parts he finds and build it himself. And when we were naming the company, that was kind of like throwing around names. We threw it out there as a joke, and then it stuck. So Rocket Scooter became the ethos of what we are. You know, a scooter is your basic technical analysis chart. So we're going to take it and put a rocket on it and make it better. It was like, okay, a scooter is like you're pedaling something with your feet. A rocket's like it blasts in outer space. And then it's like, oh, it also nods to our engineering background, because a rocket is an engineering thing, and I have outer space because I love outer space. And then it's like, okay, it's kind of, the more you say it, the goofier it sounds, but then you realize we're a team of engineers. It kind of sounds neat. And then it stuck. And yeah, the idea was because I wanted to buy the cheaper thing, as an engineer would buy the thing that makes the most cost sense. And so it just became the idea of, and then the logo is kind of cool, because if you look at the logo, let me zoom in on the bigger logo. Maybe you guys can see it a little bit better. Oh shoot, that's the low res one. Hold on, the big res one. If you look here, you might not be able to see it until I zoom in on it. The rocket engine on the logo is actually not attached to the scooter. It's tied on with a piece of rope. So that's a nod. That particular design choice is a nod to me being an engineer. It's like I just kind of like hoisted it up in my garage. Like I didn't have a manufacturing facility build this professional thing. I just kind of like am like a dude with some tools in his garage, and I found it. I had an engine. And I just tied it to the back of the rocket. So this was a specific design choice. The X in the middle, yeah, to MacGyver it. And so you might not be able to see it on the logo back there, but it's definitely part of the design. So it means we build it ourselves, and that's kind of the neat part. And each one of the stars on the logo is one of the original employees that started the company. The 3 original partners are the 3 biggest stars. And each one of these is another group of people. Slacks is here. He's the 2nd biggest star. Amjad and Nadim are there, the pair on the right side. This is me above the rocket, manning the scooter. These are my leaders. These are the rest of the employees that were with the company when we started. Pretty cool, right? Cool story. Rocket scooter lore. Yeah, pretty cool, right? Very cool. And yeah, what were some of the names that we had? They were the stupidest sounding names on the planet. We had like, let me see if I still have the list. Hold on, let me see what the company names. No, I'm not, no trades from here. No, I'm done for the day. Hold on. Let's see if I can find the list. They were dumb names, and I'm glad we didn't pick any of them. Here we go. Oh God, this is cringy. Cringy. We were sending names to each other for weeks trying to come up with names. This is the cringiest sounding crap in the world. Trader's Hedge. God, I want to punch myself in the face. Trader's Hedge instead of Edge. Hedge Aura. Hedge Pro. Hedge Point. Hedge Effective. Hedge Crucial. Hedge Sonic. Hedgehog. Sorry, I said Hedgehog. Pressure Invest. Pressure Sage. Where'd this come from? Hedge Secure. Hedge Simple. Simple Hedge. Hedge Clever. Hedge Metrics. Oh my God, this is cringy. Trader's Bush. Oh, that's hilarious. Some cringy stuff. This is one of the lists I had. Newtonian Trading. Yeah, we had some dorky sounding ones here. Hedge Expression. Continuum Trading. Hedge Clarity. Razors Hedge. All right, I quit. I'm done. Hedgehog would be kind of funny. Scan Simple. Search Simple. Hedge Metrics. Find your hedge. This is just, oh my God. And I'm done. I'm cringing myself out. Then right there at the bottom of the list, I have Rocket Scooter, ready to start the trading day. Let's get scooting. What the hell was I thinking like 5 years ago? Oh my. Let's get scooting. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hey, thanks for the donation. Helpful. Really appreciate that. Let's add 4 more to the boot camp. All right, guys. You guys know the drill. Type in free class for 4 more boot camp donos. Thank you, man. Really appreciate that. Type in free class, you guys. Very cool. I'll go down this trip down memory lane. That was really fun. Only if you're not already in the boot camp, but you can win the boot camp for free. We start again on Monday. We're taking Fridays off now. Hedge money. The goofiest sounding stuff. Do you guys like that story? Answer some of your questions. Sorry about that. About to buy the boot camp. Made about 10K from MFV last night. Nice. What's one tip you can give to not try and fight the... You cut off your thing, Tiger Sleep. To not fight the urge, maybe to urge the trade. I don't know if you can finish your question. Sorry. Let me see what you said. Oh, the trend, which would have killed me. Identifying the trend is the biggest part of the boot camp. Finding out the trends up or down is one of the things we excel at teaching you how to do. And the real reality is don't fight the trend. What most of our traders end up doing is spending most of their time longing the market and very rarely shorting the market. And it's helpful when you can identify when to do one of each. The class is recorded. Yes, they are. You try to use an only longs logo on Grok. Oh, that'd be amazing. Can you make, if you were to make a logo with ChatGTP for me, if you guys, can y'all make a logo of Rocket Scooter or me or something and call it only longs? That'd be hilarious. That'd be such a great meme. That'd be so funny. We're going to learn more about the hedge pressure levels in the boot camp, Eric. So if you win, you can join the boot camp. You had 5 accounts. How would you copy trade them? I trade them all individually, Godwin. So I don't trade all my accounts ever at the same time. When I have 5, I split them up. If I have 20, like with Apex, I would split them up in groups of 4. And I basically trade each pivot with a different account. I just trade each one separately. It splits your risk up and it keeps you from blowing up as much. Copy trading will accelerate your gains, but also make you blow up a lot more. You're like the guy that put the jet rock on his motorcycle. Yeah. But I think Nasdaq resistances. I don't think there's any resistance from here. The market's still pretty bullish. So you guys like the story? Entertaining? Thank you. Hedge Aura. Yeah, they were some pretty crunchy freaking names, man. Hedgerific. Hogs of Hedge. I actually like that, dude. That's a cool name. Hogs of Hedge. We were all up hedge. It's not even a hedging tool. Yeah, exactly right. We were like, because they had hedge pressure was the major thing. And we were like, well, you could call it hedge something to be catchy. But I'm glad we didn't pick some kind of like traderific sort of name. That was just such a generic sounding trading name. Because it could have got really generic and really lame. Is there a way to get our indicators on anywhere else? You can only get them from our platform. It's the only place that they have them. Do I want a realistic or cartoon type logo? I don't know. Try both. See which one looks cooler. Tiger Sleep, you lost on a 2K on Expert because you got greedy and fought the trend. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I would say join the boot camp, dude, because you're going to have a very inexpensive view into what we're doing. It's only $20. If you win, you can get it for free. We're giving away 4 right now. Powers, type something in chat, buddy. All right, cool. You won. It's every day at market close with the exception of Fridays. We're going to start taking Fridays off. Powers, type something again. I don't think it picked it up. That's so weird. But I see you type something. There you go. If you don't win the giveaway, we already are on class 4, so it's on Monday we start class 5 at the 20. Visionary, are you already in the boot camp, brother? How can you can't? I thought you aren't you? Or maybe I'm thinking of a different visionary. Hey, all right, bro. First, nice job. Cool, man. Congrats. Cool. Come on over. Ooh, you guys, dude, this was such a textbook setup here. Did you guys enjoy today's textbook run here? Yerik's Gym. Yerik. If you get the 1-month trial, Tiger, yeah, it has everything on the 1-month trial. Yeah, 100%. And it includes the boot camp with it. Yerix, good job, man. You've been watching us for weeks with my funded. Oh, awesome, brother. I'll tell you, the platform by itself will come with everything already preloaded into it. Yeah. Today was one of the best trades of the week for you. Very cool. All right, so the 4 of you guys that won, go to our Discord right now. Go to the contest channel and try to find Slacks. He's our admin. Send him a message. Take a screenshot of your YouTube ID from your perspective. Like open up your account right here from your channel and then take a picture, send it to him and tell him you won the boot camp and they'll hook you up. We have now officially given out 60 boot camp seats this go around. It's crazy. This is the biggest giveaway we've ever done. This is the 11th time we've done the boot camp, by the way. Every 2 months we redo it. All right, the MOC just kicked off, you guys, for the final little wave here. You guys remember from the resilience class, we talked about the MOC. This is your MOC process at exactly 1450 Central or 1350 Eastern. Here's your market on close order matching. That's where you see that volume, right? So we talked about that yesterday. It's like clockwork. Every time at 450 you get that, or 350 you get that thing. Team off. You didn't say anything. Timo. Timo. Right. So if you go through the bootcamp section of the Discord, there's all kind of handouts and videos that will teach you all the setups I do. To long and short. So aid Shatingo. It became a popular thing on this channel and in this community for people that went through the bootcamp to gift the bootcamp to each other or to new folks after they've taken it. People would buy the bootcamp and then decided, hey, I want to buy it for someone else. And it started out as a like, hey, I'd like to give somebody a bootcamp. They need to try it out. Like I made all this money or something. This is what somebody originally was doing. They made a lot of money, their first payout they ever got. And they decided to pay it forward and say, somebody else should have the same experience as bootcamp changed my trading. And they bought it for someone else. And then someone else stepped up and was like, yeah, I'll donate too. And then it started becoming a trend that every single time we would have a new bootcamp coming up, the people that previously took it would pay it forward to the next person. And it became like a culture thing here because nobody asked anyone to do it. And then one time around, people were like, I'd love to donate the bootcamp because we were talking about it. And somebody's like, oh, I did it last time. I'd love to pay $20 to donate. And then I said, well, how about every time someone donates one, I'll donate one more. And then that turned into this big old donation drive where we brought in like, I think 20 or 30 donations. And then every time it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And this time we've given out 60 free seats. So you get basically learn everything we do for free. You don't have to pay anything. Does the free class come with iDoc? Yeah, you can take her off my hands, please. She keeps breaking my ice machine. I need a replacement girlfriend. Just kidding. Check the chat. Wait, what did you say in chat? What's going on? Michael, what's up? Can I pay for the boot camp? Get access to the recorded Zoom calls? Yes, you can. So hi. Yes. You can watch them at your leisure. Correct. Timo, he was like 3 seconds late. Okay, you both win. Timo, I'll give it to you. 61. I'll pay for it. I didn't see it in chat, but Timo, all right, I'll give it to you too. Whatever. I'll donate a 4th one. All right. All right, so you 5, you guys, free boot camp, come on Monday at market close. I got you. My bad. The bot wasn't picking it up on time. That's weird. Okay, guys, great trading day. I told y'all all day I was waiting for A+, and did I get it? I got it, man. This is great. Thank you guys for supporting the journey. This is our 2nd stream in a row. We hit 1,000 viewers concurrent. This is amazing. Somehow in the afternoon stream, we had 700 people in this today. This is the biggest afternoon stream we've ever had. I really love the support, the community. Thank you guys for supporting all we do. We're glad y'all are here. I'm Matt from MyDoc, me and Pickle. We thank you guys for being here, and we'll see y'all on Monday. Crushed it today, man.
Shows the way, leave the doubt and the fray. Liquidity map paints the scene, hidden notes like ghosts unseen. Reverse engineer to see the light, illuminate the darkest night. Rocket scooter has got the key. Pull Trends we ride with heads held high. Resilience makes the weak ones fly. Future volume crystal clear. Rocket scooter leads no fear.